As the curtain rises on the cinematic landscape of the past 2 decades, film enthusiasts are reminded of the transformative power and cultural significance of cinema. The New York Times recently curated a retrospective titled "The Movies We've Loved Since 2000," celebrating a remarkable 25 years of cinematic artistry. This comprehensive exploration not only highlights the best films of each year but also invites audiences to revisit their favorites and discover new gems. The collection showcases a rich tapestry of genres spanning from Oscar winners and box office hits to documentaries, comedies, and animated classics. Each selected film reflects the evolving tastes and social dynamics of its time, inviting viewers to engage with diverse narratives and perspectives. Whether it's the heart-wrenching dramas that resonate with personal experiences or the comedies that provide much-needed levity, these movies have left an indelible mark on audiences worldwide. Critics and film aficionados alike have hailed the initiative as a timely reminder of cinema's role in shaping cultural discourse. The collection serves as a guide for those navigating the ever-expanding world of film, offering curated lists of favorites from each year between 2000 and 2024. This feature not only celebrates the films that have captured our hearts but also encourages contemporary viewers to reflect on the cinematic milestones that have defined the 21st century. In a world where streaming platforms and digital content have fundamentally altered how we consume media, the retrospective underscores the enduring magic of the theater experience. Many films included in the collection were not merely popular, they sparked conversations, inspired movements, and brought critical social issues to the forefront. From poignant narratives addressing systemic injustices to imaginative tales that transport viewers to fantastical realms, these films have the power to evoke emotions, provoke thought, and foster empathy. Looking forward, the continued evolution of the film industry raises intriguing questions about the future of storytelling. With advancements in technology, filmmakers are exploring new mediums and techniques, pushing the boundaries of traditional cinema. This evolution promises to deliver even more innovative and engaging content in the years to come. As audiences increasingly embrace diverse narratives and immersive experiences, the film industry stands poised for a new renaissance where the stories that matter most will find their way to the forefront. In conclusion, as we celebrate the movies that have shaped our cultural landscape since 2000, we are reminded of cinema's unique ability to connect us across time and space. The New York Times curated collection serves as both a retrospective and a beacon, guiding audiences toward the films that have defined an era. As we move into an uncertain future, one thing remains clear: the love for cinema endures, and the stories told on screen will continue to resonate with generations to come. In a world where the pressures of academic excellence and personal relationships often collide, the dilemma faced by a teenager contemplating the future of their prestigious college plans due to romance has sparked widespread discussion. This situation highlights a broader theme among students today, where the choices they make can have far-reaching implications not only for their academic aspirations but also for their personal development and relationships. The crux of the matter lies in the weighty decisions some teens must make when faced with the prospect of attending a highly regarded institution versus nurturing a budding romantic relationship. Carolyn Hacks, a respected voice in personal advice, addresses this complex scenario, emphasizing the importance of balancing ambition with emotional ties. It's crucial for young people to evaluate what they truly want, not just what society expects of them, she notes, urging readers to consider the long-term effects of their choices. Recent data from educational studies indicates that nearly 25% of high school seniors reported feeling pressured to sacrifice personal relationships in favor of academic achievements. This statistic underscores a growing trend where students prioritize college admissions over their social lives, often leading to stress and anxiety. The stakes are particularly high in competitive environments where acceptance into elite colleges is seen as essential to future success. The emotional dimensions of such decisions cannot be overlooked. As Hacks points out, the teenage years are formative, and the experiences gained during this period can shape an individual's character and interpersonal skills. The fear of missing out on romantic involvement can lead some to question their commitment to their education or career goals. In reflection, many have found that experiences outside of academia can significantly contribute to their personal growth, making them well-rounded candidates for higher education. Moreover, the implications of such choices extend beyond personal satisfaction. They also affect family dynamics and peer relationships. Parents often grapple with the desire to encourage their children to pursue academic excellence while also recognizing the importance of their emotional well-being. It's a delicate balance one parent shared. We want them to succeed, but we also don't want them to lose out on the joys of being young. As society moves forward, the conversations surrounding the intersection of education and personal relationships will likely continue to evolve. The increasing awareness of mental health and the importance of emotional intelligence suggests that future generations may approach these decisions differently, placing greater value on balance and well-being. The challenge remains for educators and parents to foster environments where students feel empowered to make choices that align with both their academic and personal aspirations. In conclusion, as students navigate the intricate landscape of relationships and education, the lessons learned today will undoubtedly shape the future of how young individuals prioritize their ambitions and connections. With voices like Carolyn Hack's guiding discussions on these issues, there is hope that a more holistic approach to education and personal growth will emerge, allowing teens to thrive both academically and emotionally. As economic turbulence looms over consumers and businesses alike. Recent reports from the Wall Street Journal highlight the rising sentiments of distress and uncertainty shaping the financial landscape. Published on March 15, 2025, these findings paint a stark picture of how fear is influencing decision-making among both individuals and enterprises, prompting analysts to consider the broader implications for the economy. A significant portion of the population is expressing concerns about their financial stability, a trend that has been exacerbated by inflationary pressures and fluctuating market conditions. According to the journal's article, consumers and businesses send distress signal as economic fear sets in. The data illustrates a worrying shift in behavior. Many consumers are tightening their budgets while businesses are reconsidering investment strategies due to potential downturns in consumer spending. This hesitance is reflected in various sectors, with luxury goods and discretionary services feeling the pinch as shoppers recalibrate their priorities. With inflation remaining stubbornly high and interest rates on the rise, it's no surprise that consumers are feeling the heat, said a financial analyst who spoke to the journal. The sentiment is echoed by numerous businesses that are reporting decreased foot traffic and lower sales forecasts, making it imperative for companies to adapt rapidly to these shifting dynamics. In addition to these economic concerns, the journal also featured a thought-provoking essay titled "The Last Decision" by the world's leading thinker on decisions. This piece delves into the complexities of decision-making in an era marked by uncertainty and rapid change. The author emphasizes that the ability to make informed choices is paramount, especially when faced with economic pressures that can render even the most calculated strategies vulnerable. The discussion surrounding decision-making resonates deeply during times of financial anxiety, highlighting the importance of resilience and adaptability. The essay underscores how leaders in both corporate and personal finance must navigate these turbulent waters with a clear understanding of their priorities and potential risks. On a lighter note, readers can engage with the latest happenings through the journal's news quiz for March 15, 2025, offering a chance to test their knowledge on current events while reflecting on the serious undertones of the economic environment. As businesses and consumers brace for what lies ahead, the call to action is clear. Proactive measures and strategic planning will be essential in mitigating the impacts of economic fear. The current landscape serves as a crucial reminder of the interconnectedness of decision-making processes and economic realities. Looking forward, the continuing evolution of these dynamics will be closely monitored, with economists and analysts alike eager to see how consumer behavior shifts in response to ongoing changes in the financial climate. As the economy navigates these choppy waters, the lessons learned from this period of uncertainty will undoubtedly shape future strategies for both individuals and organizations. In a striking reflection of the shifting dynamics within modern military recruitment, the German army is grappling with the challenge of attracting and retaining Generation Z recruits. This generational cohort, characterized by its distinct values and perspectives, is increasingly hesitant to embrace traditional notions of military service, leading to significant implications for the Bundeswehr's operational readiness. The urgency of this issue has become more pronounced in light of recent geopolitical tensions, particularly following Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2022. In response, Germany has committed nearly €100 billion to bolster its military capabilities. A move that marks a significant shift in the country's defense posture since the Cold War. Chancellor-in-waiting Friedrich Merz has even suggested unlimited borrowing to ensure the armed forces are adequately funded, stating a commitment to whatever it takes to safeguard freedom and peace in Europe. Despite these financial investments, the Bundeswehr faces a critical manpower shortage. As noted by Eva Hagel, Germany's Armed Forces Commissioner, the country is struggling to meet its goal of 203,000 active troops by 2031. Alarmingly, the total number of personnel actually declined last year, with a staggering 25% dropout rate among new recruits within just 6 months of enlistment. This development must be stopped and reversed as a matter of urgency, Hagel emphasized, highlighting the pressing need for systemic changes within the military. This recruitment crisis can be partially attributed to the different outlooks that Generation Z brings to the table. A senior Army commander remarked that today's young recruits often prioritize work-life balance and emotional well-being, contrasting sharply with the demands of military life. Ol Nimoen, a 27-year-old podcaster and freelance journalist, encapsulated this sentiment in his recent book Why I Would Never Fight for My Country, where he asserts a preference for occupation over death. He reflects a broader skepticism among young Germans regarding military engagement, especially when it comes to fighting for causes that may not resonate with their personal beliefs. As Europe navigates the ramifications of an aggressive Russia, political and military leaders across the continent are heightening their rhetoric, urging citizens to prepare for potential conflicts. In Germany, calls for readiness have intensified, with officials advocating for a cultural shift towards a more militarized society. However, Germany's historical context complicates these discussions. The nation's constitution emphasizes a commitment to peace, creating a dichotomy between military preparedness and its pacifist roots. Public sentiment appears to be mixed regarding military service. While a recent YouGov survey indicated that 58% of Germans support a return to conscription, only one-third of young adults aged 18 to 29 shared that view. Critics within the political landscape, including representatives from both the far-right Alternative for Germany and the far-left Die Linke, have gained traction among younger voters, reflecting a significant portion of the population that is skeptical of militarization. The ramifications of this recruitment crisis extend beyond personnel numbers. Christian Molling, Europe director at the Bertelsmann Foundation, warns that troop levels need to increase from 181,000 to 270,000 to meet NATO targets, particularly in light of potential reductions in American military presence in Europe. This raises critical questions about whether the Bundeswehr can modernize its image and appeal to a workforce that increasingly prioritizes different values and career paths. As the German military grapples with these challenges, the question remains, how can it reframe its narrative to resonate with a generation that is more inclined to question authority and the motivations behind military engagement? The answer lies in understanding and integrating the perspectives of young Germans into the fabric of military culture, ensuring that service is perceived not only as a duty but also as a viable and fulfilling career option. The evolving landscape of military recruitment in Germany serves as a microcosm of broader societal shifts. As the nation moves forward, it will need to address these generational differences thoughtfully, balancing the imperatives of defense with the values of a new generation. The future of the Bundeswehr may depend on its ability to foster a sense of shared purpose and commitment among its youngest citizens, ensuring that they are not only prepared to defend their country but also motivated to do so in a manner that aligns with their ideals. In a heartfelt narrative that intertwines the joys of music with the challenges of parenting an autistic child, John Harris recounts the transformative journey of his son James and how the Beatles became a significant influence in his development. This story, published in The Guardian, sheds light on the often overlooked intersections of neurodiversity and the arts, demonstrating how a shared passion can bridge communication barriers. From the moment he was born, music was a central part of James's life. Harris recalls how soothing reggae tunes helped calm his son, hinting at an innate connection to sound that would later flourish. However, the early signs of James's unique perspective on the world became apparent as he developed. As a toddler, he exhibited distinctive behaviors such as flapping his arms in excitement and displaying intense reactions to certain sounds. These quirks, while endearing to his family, hinted at the challenges that lay ahead. As James approached his second birthday, his fascination with the Beatles emerged. An extensive collection of Beatles books filled their home, a testament to Harris's own lifelong obsession with the band. This shared interest became a crucial outlet for James, who would excitedly request to explore images and information about the band. It was during these moments that a remarkable connection began to form. As James demonstrated an ability to memorize and recite songs with astonishing accuracy, particularly the lyrics of Paperback Writer. Despite the joy music brought to their lives, the family's journey was not without its difficulties. Following James's autism diagnosis, Harris and his partner Ginny faced a daunting reality. They navigated a world filled with expert opinions that often focused on what their son could not do, overshadowing his remarkable abilities. The stark contrast between the joy of James's musical engagement and the concerns surrounding his development created a complex emotional landscape for the family. As James transitioned into mainstream school, the support he required became a focal point of their lives. The struggle for adequate educational resources led to a legal battle with the local council, a reflection of the systemic challenges many families face when advocating for children with autism. Yet amidst the turmoil, music remained a constant source of joy and expression for James. He thrived in music classes, showcasing his skills and building confidence through performances which included a memorable rendition of "When the Saints Go Marching In." The culmination of this journey was a heartfelt performance at a school talent show where James, alongside his father, delivered a spirited rendition of the Velvet Underground's "I'm Waiting for the Man." In this moment, the barriers that autism had imposed seemed to dissolve, replaced by the universal language of music. The applause that followed was more than just recognition, it was an affirmation of James's ability to shine on stage, proving that he could achieve success on par with his peers. Harris's narrative serves as a poignant reminder of the power of music as a tool for communication and connection, particularly for those navigating the complexities of autism. The Beatles, with their timeless melodies and engaging rhythms, provided a safe haven for James, allowing him to express himself in ways that words alone could not. As he continues to explore his musical talents, the future holds promise not only for James but also for others like him who find their voices through the arts. In a world that often emphasizes deficits over strengths, Harris's story highlights the importance of embracing and celebrating the unique capabilities of individuals on the autism spectrum. As we look ahead, it is clear that the intersection of music and neurodiversity will continue to inspire and uplift, fostering understanding and acceptance in an increasingly diverse society. In an intriguing exploration of history through the lens of postage stamps, the New York Times has unveiled a unique collection that provides insight into significant global events of the 20th century. The artifact, housed in the Museum of the Times, is a testament to the newspaper's past practices and the broader societal changes that occurred during the tumultuous decades of the 1920s and 1930s. During this era, clerks at the New York Times were tasked with an unusual but educational project: removing stamps from incoming international mail and meticulously affixing them to an album organized by country. This practice was more than a mere hobby. It served as a creative method for young staffers to absorb history. The collection, now preserved in the museum, offers a vivid narrative of a world in flux marked by political upheavals and social transformations. Matthew Healy, a former layout editor at the Times and a philatelist, reflected on the significance of the album, stating, "These are the kinds of things that really teach you about the world. Indeed, the stamps tell stories of nations and regimes, from the hyperinflation of the Weimar Republic in Germany, where stamps once cost hundreds of millions of marks, to the rise of the Third Reich symbolized by the appearance of swastikas on postage. The album also features stamps from the time when the Philippines was under American control, a stark reminder of colonial influences, as well as stamps from the British Mandate in Palestine. Furthermore, the Russian Socialist Federative Soviet Republic's repurposing of Imperial Russian stamps by overprinting them with a hammer and sickle encapsulates the dramatic shifts that defined the early Soviet era. While the album itself may lack monetary value due to its deteriorating condition, its historical worth is immeasurable. Healy poignantly described it as worthless but priceless, emphasizing the educational and cultural insights it provides. David W. Dunlap, the curator of the museum at the Times, echoed similar sentiments regarding the importance of preserving such artifacts which encapsulate the newspaper's rich heritage and the broader historical context. As we look ahead, the lessons embedded in this postage stamp collection remind us of the intricate tapestry of global history and the ways in which everyday objects can illuminate our understanding of the past. The album not only serves as a nostalgic reflection of the New York Times history but also encourages a deeper appreciation for the interconnectedness of nations and the stories that shape our world. In an age where digital communication dominates, these tangible remnants of correspondence highlight the significance of historical artifacts in understanding the evolution of communication and the geopolitical landscape. As we continue to navigate a rapidly changing world, the insights gleaned from such collections may become increasingly relevant, urging us to reflect on our shared history and its implications for the future.